Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. A Sinn Fein politician in Ireland was asked a question. He was asked, "What is a woman?" And he failed to be able to answer that question. I think it's very strange given Ireland's history of huge families and, that sort of thing. So you'd think they would probably know what a woman was. But this politician was quite incapable of answering the question. Here he goes. Let's look at this.
Oh, can we just ask one last question? What is a woman? What is a woman?
If you're asking me about gender...
No, I'm asking you what is a woman. It's a very simple question. What is a woman? Just give me a definition. You speak English.
Does a woman have a cervix?
No, what is a woman? What is a woman?
I believe that gender identity is culture.
I'm not asking about gender identity. I'm asking what is a woman. We use the word woman. We must defend the word woman.
And here's there are people.
You won't say what a woman is. I consider that hate speech. You won't say what a woman is. I consider that hate speech. You're denying my existence. I'm asking, what is a woman? An adult human female. Say it's an adult human female.
I'm happy to answer. There are people in our society whose biological sex and gender aren't the same and don't fit the mainstream stereotypes of male and female genders as society defines them. And I think those people should be recognised and protected in law.
They are recognised, they are protected in law. They are recognised and protected in law.
Don't you just love it when you see politicians glaring into the headlights and there's nothing behind the eyes? Because they really, really are struggling to find words that won't be offensive. The answer is very simple. Adult human female. To say anything else is weird, because any man who dresses as a woman isn't a woman. Any man who pretends to be a woman is a man pretending to be a woman. He's not a woman. He's biologically not a woman. He's biochemically not a woman. He's physiologically not a woman. And he psychologically never will be a woman. He'll always be a man who wants to be a woman. Why is it so hard? It's because they're all trying to be virtuous and never show this. The trouble is, they bring in these hate laws. They bring in these laws. Oh, we want to stop other people being hate-filled and saying this. We want to control people. And they bring in these hate laws, these controlling laws. And then they're trapped by their own law. Because they're trapped into looking stupid and trapped into looking foolish. Because they know they cannot speak the truth. Because the truth would trip them up. And it's delicious. We're going to have a look at this article that it comes wrapped in. But I just thought that video was certainly worth the watching. So here's the article anyway. So watch, progressive lawmaker stumbles when asked what a woman is. And we've just seen that video. And there he is. This is Ian O'Brien. He is Sinn Fein. We all know how nice they are. And he's a moron. And he's quite incapable of uttering the truth because he's tied himself up in knots. He has opened his mouth and realised that he can't complete the sentence. He's been asked a question. He attempts to change the question. Now, I don't know who the woman asking him the question was. I'd like to meet her. She sounds marvellous. She sounds like a feisty Irish woman who will not put up with any shit from any man. I know what they're like. My mother is one of them. Puts the fear of God up me now. And so I'm aware of what these Irish women are like, I've surrounded with them my whole life. And so I think he also sat there, realised that he's been asked this question by a fiery Irish woman, and he daren't sort of give her any back chat. So he struggled to let the words come out. But the words are just pouring out, and they're all shit, because he's not capable of telling the truth. Anyway, footage has emerged online of a high-profile progressive lawmaker struggling to define exactly what a woman is. Ian O'Brien, a senior official and MP within Ireland's progressive-leaning Sinn Féin, has been videoed struggling to give a definition of what exactly a woman is. And this question has been a major stumbling block for many politicians within the neighbouring UK, with even members of the supposedly right-leaning Conservative Party afraid to give the obvious biology-based answer for fear of upsetting trans militants. Actually, you can be no problem at all. I don't care about trans militants. Hey, girls, ladies, go fuck yourself. You're not ladies at all, are you? Right? You're sad men with massive psychological problems. You're not trans militants, you're losers. Yes, there are genuinely trans people, but government's own figures show this to be around 2,500 in the entire country. They used false data and they screwed up the results. And that is why they had this big push. But in fact, the actual numbers are so tiny. And what else is all these other trans militants? They're just weirdos. They're just troublemakers. They're just people out to try and push agendas. They're not really trans. They're just confused. They're psychologically disordered, and they do seem to tackle the major issue. And I've mentioned this before. They have these issues and these agendas that keep trying to push on children. All of them. They're weird. But anyway, this guy, this Ian O'Brien, he cannot for the life of him answer the question because of the hate laws they've brought in Ireland, and it's screwing with them. It's absolutely screwing with them. Anyway, according to a report by Gripped Media, such a trend of lawmakers being stumped by the concept of a woman appears to have drifted across the Irish Sea, with O'Brien left struggling to define the term when confronted by a women's rights activists. And this is the thing, if you cannot say that a woman is an adult human female, you are effectively dismissing women out of existence. You're saying that they don't actually count as what they physically are. Now imagine doing that for someone who was black, someone who was Jewish. How would that sound? How would you sound trying to say that a white man could be a black man because he identified as a black man, and that being black isn't special? It's just a societal construct. Try saying that. Try saying that and see what the reaction would be. And yet apparently it's okay to do that against women. These people are so messed in the head and so dim and ultimately very dangerous. And this push for trans all the time, making it this and pushing this and pushing this, it is ultimately damaging children. Children are going up and going down this one-way street and they're not trans, but they're pushed down it, and the next thing you get mass sterilisation of children. And that is the danger of these people. And it's the danger of the likes of Stonewall. This is an organisation that was set up to give gay people rights. Gay people have got absolute rights now. There is no problem with being gay now. You can even get married and vote and everything. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. And so Stonewall's reason for being ended. And so they've kicked all the gay people out of Stonewall, and it's all now the T in LGBT. There's no LGB in Stonewall. It's all T now. And they go into places and they say, give me £100,000, we'll put a plaque on the wall, and if you don't do that, we'll tell people you're terrible. It's organised crime. It's menaces. It's money by menaces, and they are crooks. And just ignore them. If Stonewall turn up at your door, just tell them to go fuck off, because they are pointless. They have got no reason to exist, and tell them to go and check the government's own corrected figures for the number of actual trans people in this country. But who would have thought Sinn Fein, the pushers, the political wing of the IRA over the years, you think your Jerry Adams and whatever, and Martin McGuinness, these people, they'd be sitting appalled at this now. When you've got members of Sinn Fein sitting there too scared to say what a woman is. Oh dear God, how far have you fallen? Grow up. And it's the likes of him. This is the problem. It's the likes of that. The little Irish man from India who pushed it all. He started it all in Ireland. And Irish culture's dying a death because of him. It's a terrible indictment, isn't it? Not about the gay things. I don't care. He happens to be gay. Don't care about that. But it's all that push for wokery. And it's absolutely destroying Irish culture now. Ireland will never recover. It will never be the same. And it's very sad. I hail from that fine country. And it is gone. Why? Woke. They're all tosspots. Anyway, I shall round up and come up. Imagine being so scared to say the truth that you deliberately make yourself out to be a fool. And I mean, you see there, and it isn't just him. It isn't just Ian O'Brien. You've had them all. You've had Keir Starmer couldn't say what a woman is. You had Boris struggling to say what a woman is. You had all of them, all shades of the political party, of the political spectrum. You've had them in this country, in Ireland now. You've had them in Scotland. You had everything they do. They open their mouths, and then all of a sudden, and the truth slips out every now and again. They get caught out. You called him a woman. You called her a him. and things like that. And then they go, ugh, and they can eat their own face with their own sort of lack of ability to sort of disseminate in their head the difference between a man and a woman. And they don't say it because otherwise they'll be picked up on it. I don't care. I don't care. If you were born a male, you're a male. You'll be a male for the rest of your life. You can wear whatever pretty frock you like. You can call yourself Susan. You can put a bit of lippy on, but you're still a man in a frock. And that's it. And you can't do anything about it. You can say it's hate speech, but actually, no, it's not. I'm protected by the 2010 Equality Act. Philosophical belief. Wonderful act. It allows me to maintain my true philosophical beliefs, and you can do nothing about it. I'm allowed to have this thought. I'm allowed to express myself because it is my philosophical belief. And that's all it takes. You cannot get castigated. Anyone who sits there and says quite outly, if it's a politician, oh no, I mean, I believe that he's a man. He's a man who wants to identify as a woman. He's a man who wants to be addressed as a woman. And you say, I'll quite happily address him by his chosen name. But I will always refer to him as a male. And they go, well, that's not very fair, blah, blah, blah. And they complain. And I go, no. It's my philosophical belief. And it's protected under the 2010 Equality Act. Or are you proposing to remove rights and freedoms from people? And that's the counterpoint. So just don't. Just don't. If you want to call someone a her, if they're a he, that's up to you. And you can have that right. And that person can call themselves what they like. But anyone who doesn't want to go along with their delusion must be free to not go along with their delusion. Anyway, I shall round it off. Probably lose me. This won't be popular with some people, I'm sure, but I don't care. It'll be popular with enough. So I shall finish there. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a share, leave a like, leave a share, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Don't listen to these politicians. They are all full of crap all the time. And goodbye.